So I'm gonna edit it out. Hello, happy Wednesday, happy hump day. Welcome to another segment of the Business Exchange, man. We got an amazing guest with us today, the founder of the Greedy Bunch. Please welcome in Chef Babucarr, Chef Gambia.
Babucarr, my bad.
I apologize. No, Chef Gambia, I got that part right?
For sure, yeah, you did. What's going on, man? Good to be here.
Man, appreciate you for joining us. So I want to know, we can dive right into it. What inspired you to start the Greedy Bunch, and why did you name it that?
So like growing up, I either wanted to be like a chef or an actor, and I feel like being a chef was more realistic. So I was like, let me just stick to that thing, And why would I call it the Greedy Bunch? So me and my family that used to come from out of town and different places, we always used to go out and eat, and that's mainly like really the thing that we did. So similar to the Brady Bunch, we just started calling ourselves, like my uncles and my dad started it, the Greedy Bunch. So it's been in the name for like 15, 20 years now. So I feel like it was only right.
I'm assuming your family's from Gambia, correct?
Yes, sir. Or the West Side.
And have you been back, or were you born over there?
So I was born and raised here from the South Side, Clayco. But I go every year. Definitely go every year just to get out, just to get away from America for a little bit. It can be stressful. So.
Is the time to go December like how it is for Nigeria, or when's the time to go?
Yeah, December, January time. I try to stay away from those months just because it's too much going on. Yeah, but they call it semester season.
Okay. Yeah. So for somebody, have you been to Nigeria?
Nah.
So I haven't been to Gambia. Kind of tell me how that experience is over there. Is because in Nigeria, it's like, let's say there's a KFC, they're serving jollof rice in the KFC. The clubs don't close till 7 a.m. over there. Like you party. Is it the same type of vibe over in Gambia, or what would you say?
Yeah, I would say so. So Gambia, one of my favorite things that I love about Gambia is the fact that it's one of the smallest countries in Africa. So you can literally, it's probably like just a few zip codes. You can literally go from one end to the other in a matter of a few hours. But the main parts of Gambia is really small. So it's really like a 30 to an hour drive back and forth.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Same vibe though.
It's definitely not like that in Nigeria, boy. It's gonna take you a whole day to get across that country.
Yeah.
But I guess tell me about your journey. Like your journey from being, I guess, how you got into cooking to getting a restaurant, opening your own restaurant in space.
So my dad, he used to be a cook when I was younger at this restaurant called OK Cafe. So I guess that's where it started. I don't remember too much of those days, but what I do remember is, him and I and my siblings cooking breakfast or cooking whatever it is that we're cooking. And for some reason, I just started watching a lot of Food Network, eating the African food that my mom makes and having like American neighbors come over and try the food and seeing their reaction. I just knew like, okay, yeah, there's something different with the food that we eat at home versus what people, yeah, exactly. So
how does your heritage influence your food and business approach?
I guess I would say just the flavors of the food. I grew up eating in a big table, laying on the floor, sitting on the floor
with the family, right?
Eating with our hands and all this type of stuff. So, yeah, I guess you can say that's a piece of where it came from. Just inviting people from different houses to come and eat. I really would like the Greedy Bunch to be looked at as a spot for everybody, where everybody can come and chill and enjoy themselves, different races, ethnicities, anything. So yeah, definitely along those lines.
In your opinion, what makes your restaurant stand out in the Atlanta food scene?
The flavor and the authenticity of the food. A lot of places it's like processed foods or not so healthy food or just really something you can get from anywhere else. But with my restaurant, the Greedy Bunch specifically, it's good homemade type food. I still have my mom making the jollof rice. So she comes in on Fridays.
Oh, yeah, I'm coming now. Now that I know a true African is making that jollof, I'm coming now.
I don't even trust myself to make it. I got to let my mom or my auntie, somebody else whip it up. So Yeah, it's definitely straight from back home. Definitely.
So I know the jollof rice is smacking. What else is some of the most requested menu items you got on there?
So one, I would say the loaded fries. You know, we got to cater to everybody, which is the goal. So the loaded fries, we take the fries and we toss them in the wing sauces of your choice. We also make our own wing sauces, and then you can do chicken, beef, or lamb. We chop it up with grilled onions and cheese, throw it on top. That's always a go-to. People love the loaded fries. And then for two, I want to say the dumada pasta, mainly because the dumada pasta is something that I've been working on years before I even opened a restaurant. So dumada pasta is, some countries call it mafe. It's like a peanut butter sauce that goes over rice.
Okay.
So what I did was I took that sauce and I recreated it into a pasta sauce. So exactly. So it's kind of similar to Alfredo. People who try that for the first time and they're not allergic to peanut butter, oh yeah, they go crazy for that. So I'm truly proud of that one. That's my signature for sure.
I know, like any business, opening a restaurant is not easy, especially in Atlanta.
Mm.
What is the biggest lesson you've learned so far?
Mm. Biggest lesson I've learned. Well, I can say that the hardest task would be the employees, like managing employees. I mean, I've the same restaurant that I own now used to be a Mediterranean restaurant, so I used to work for them for like 6 years before I actually took over. And so, just seeing the way my boss treated me or how he moved, I just wanted to be a better boss, if that makes sense. So, you know, I try to give everybody their time, or if they have days that they want to request off, you know, because it's not all about work. I still want you to live. Um, but probably the toughest challenges between or the biggest obstacles. What was the question?
Like the biggest challenges of owning a business, what you've
Biggest
learned.
challenge would be the employees and trying to grow. I guess you can say,
Trying to grow the business, scale the business.
yeah, scale the business, keep the labor costs, and keep all the other costs down. You know, you go to these big delivery companies, and they're charging an arm and a leg for, you know, a 25 pound of tomatoes, but you go and do the work yourself and try to go to the stores, you can actually get them for a lot cheaper and stuff like that. So just, you know, knowing when to cut down on certain things and things that you know should spend money on to cut back time. You know, it varies really, but yeah, that would be about it really.
How would you say you've, I guess, marketed your business? How have you got, what is your approach to finding new customers or attracting new customers?
So one thing that I used to do before I got the restaurant was I used to do a lot of videos, YouTube and Instagram. So I used to you know, get a lot of love on that, but mainly I would spread love. So once I got the restaurant, I really just started getting a lot of love back. People started coming, posted on stories. You know, that's marketing on its own, and that's really, if I could say, if it wasn't for the followers that I have on Instagram that I showed love to, who showed love back, they're really the ones that pushed my reach out. So I've done zero marketing, and it's about to be 3 years now. But now I'm starting to plateau a little bit. So now it's time to bring, you know, marketing guys like Tally and other people to try to get me where I need to be. You know, so yeah, definitely.
Have you guys had any celebrity visitors come through, or who's the most
Yeah.
famous person you remember coming through the spot?
So besides the influencers, because we have a lot of influencers come, I would say there's three people. One would be Mohammed Guy. He's a NBA basketball player. He plays for Atlanta Hawks.
Yes, yes, I know. Yeah, I'm thinking if that's who it was. Yeah, Muhammad
Yeah, yeah.
Guy, right?
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. He went off yesterday too.
Yeah. He goes crazy. He's pretty cool. He's from Senegal, and you know Senegal and Gambia, they're pretty much the same country.
So I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
No, you good.
I just love Senegalese food. Is that the
yeah.
same type of food?
Same thing. Same people.
I'm coming.
Same everything. Yeah. I should have even talked about the dibi for sure. The onion mustard sauce and everything. Yeah. For sure. Yeah. And then the other two, Boosie, I've seen Boosie come in one time. And his son comes in all the time. You know, they look alike so much. And then the third person, which I've been able to exchange contact info and everything with, which is pretty cool, which is Kasim Reed. You know, Mayor Kasim Reed.
Yeah.
He comes in. You never seen him without a suit on. He comes in his joggers, come in chilling. And he comes and gets his food. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see all these people. You got some OTE basketball players, a lot of Georgia Tech basketball players, and then an influencer like Gemini Kai and a few other people. So
that's fire. Yeah, you definitely had some big names in your building, man.
Appreciate it.
I know they're enjoying the food too.
Yeah, definitely.
So, what advice would you give to somebody that wants to start a restaurant?
Yeah, somebody that would like to start a restaurant, my advice is don't do it for the money. Yeah, do not do it for the money because, restaurants is one of the hardest business to get into. And the profit margin is very, very slim. So unless you're selling alcohol or something like that, which we don't have, everything halal, Muslim owned, Black owned, we don't have any alcohol, but don't do it for the money because it's a lot of work. And if you're doing it for the money, you're going to quit before you can get there. So do it for the passion. Do it because it's something that you've been dreaming of doing. Do it because, you love food and you like making your own recipe and spreading the love. Do it for those reasons. Because if you're doing it for money, yeah, I'm not saying it's not possible because, you can make some money, but there's a lot of other things you can do to make a quicker profit on. So do it because you love it. That would be my advice.
So, I got to ask this question before I get you out of here. Nigerian jollof or Gambian jollof?
Oh, man, you don't want to get me started on that one. You don't want to go there.
I ain't gonna lie. Senegalese is the only jollof I might say might be better than Nigerian jollof right now. I ain't gonna lie.
Okay,
you ever been to or you ever heard of Le Nouveau Marquis?
I have heard of that spot. I haven't been there yet, which I'm gonna check it out because I like to try different things and get a better understanding of what I'm supposed to be doing. But they have, well, they have food from a lot of other different countries going on. Yeah, it's not just like Senegalese or anything like that. And since we're on the topic of the whole Nigeria and Senegal thing, Senegal and Gambia used to be Senegambia. Yeah, so it used to be one country, but they were colonized Senegal was colonized by the French, which is why they speak French Wolof, and Gambia was colonized by the British, which is why we speak English Wolof. So they speak French, we speak English. So, the food is a little bit different, but it's really spot on. And if I may include, jollof rice came from like the word Wolof. We speak Wolof, and we make jollof. So that's really where it came from. So
y'all started jollof rice?
We did, definitely. And if you do some research, you can see in a jollof competition between all the African countries, Gambia was actually the country to win. So
you got to have to show me that video.
Yeah.
You got to show me that video.
Yeah.
Man.
I'm gonna leave that right there. It's gonna be you're gonna get a lot of comments about this Nigeria jollof thing. You guys are more populated, so I'm gonna let y'all have that. Man,
I just want to say thank you so much, Chef Gambia, for sitting with us, man, taking the time to be on the Business Exchange and tell us all about the Greedy Bunch, man. Where can we follow you? Where can we order? How can we get to the Greedy Bunch? Please tell everybody where we can find you guys at.
For sure. So first of all, the Greedy Bunch is located on 14th Street, 420 14th Street Northwest. It's right next to the big mosque, and it's also next to House of Hookah, Midtown. You guys can follow us at the Greedy Bunch ATL, Facebook and Instagram. Facebook and Instagram, and pull up, reach out. If you if you watching this interview or you reading the mag, you know, come through, let us know that you came from here, and we'll give you a little discount, you know, just to show love. And you definitely got to come through so you can see why Gambian jollof is better than Nigerian jollof. You know, I appreciate you giving me the opportunity, rolling out, you know, and hopefully you invite me back for the next one.
Absolutely, man. Appreciate you, Chef, and we rolling out. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yeah.